Gigantic. And here's ready. From French. So I'm leaving Shanghai today and I'll be traveling in China for the first time in 5 years. And I am a little nervous. We'll see how it will go. I must say, even though I've lived in China before, I don't have much experience traveling around China because when I was here before, I was just mainly in school or partying. I was younger, so... Honestly, why didn't I have to buy new clothes? Like, why did I think that it's a good idea to shop? Like, this bag is basically all clothes. Like, I'm checking out. Checkout done, and now I am heading over to People's Square Station. And we're going to Hongqiao railway station. I actually asked at the hotel if I should take a taxi, and basically, well, Shanghai is huge, so the station, the railway station, is about 20 kilometers from here, which is like, I mean, this city, right? Yeah, so it would basically take the same time taking the taxi as taking a metro. Fun fact, this station used to be where my school was. So I made it to Hongqiao railway station, but that was like the easy part. Now the tricky part begins. The tricky part is finding the train. And this can take a while. Like, I still do have like distant memories of riding around the station, missing my train. The railway stations here in Shanghai, because there are multiple, they're huge. They're like airports, or they're bigger than the majority of airports in Europe. So you do need to give yourself a good time. So as you come into the station, there is a security check, like at the airport, where you have to show your passport. So this is what this station looks like. As you can see, it is gigantic. So made it through security, and now I have to find my train. You can see it is definitely pretty crowded. So far, I have not seen any other foreigners than myself. No, actually I saw one in the metro. So as you might know, China has been only open to foreigners, to foreign tourists for about maybe like 2 months at this point. 3 tops, not even that, I think. So obviously there are not that many foreigners traveling China right now. So the way it works here is that you have 27 platforms, or actually twice as many, because there's A and B on each side. So how much is that? I'll let you count that by yourself. So many platforms, and it is, well, I want to say it's hectic, but at the same time it's not really hectic. I found my platform and I found my train within like 3 minutes of me arriving at the station. So I'm on the platform. This is not my train, this is train to Ningbo. We're not going to Ningbo today. As you can see, the stations here in China are very modern, very clean, and that's what I wanted to say earlier, that even though there are many people, it's not really that hectic because everything is so well organized. People do behave, at least here in Shanghai they do. Everything is also written in English, so if you don't speak Chinese, it's not an issue. It's very safe also, that's another thing, you know. I don't find traveling in China difficult, mainly because, well, the safety aspect for me, it's the most important one. That's the one that really matters, you know, and China is a very safe place to travel. We made it! At least I hope we made it, because I don't know we made it. Shaoxing, that's where I was supposed to be. Okay, taxi. So far so good. I did manage to get a cab and I'm on my way to the hotel. It's a bit like outside of the main town, so I think it's gonna, although the town, I think it's not that, although in China every town is big. So to be honest, like, I was a little nervous for today just because, well, I haven't traveled in China for so long, and I don't know, I was even thinking like, how would people react to me? I did hear that during pandemic there was time when some people here would be a bit afraid of foreigners. Obviously during that time, I think everywhere in the world people were just freaking out. So I was just wondering, what is it gonna be like for me traveling by myself? But it has been great, no issues at all, and I certainly did not feel like anyone even like paid any attention to me. Well, this area of China is of course very much used to seeing foreigners. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay, I made it. I'm in Shaoxing. I don't think I've actually even told you where I was going. Well, I was going to Shaoxing and I made it to Shaoxing. I'm staying at this most beautiful, very traditional looking Chinese hotel. It is a 5-star hotel, so it's super pretty. Just wait for that room tour that's gonna come in exactly 10 seconds because this is one of the prettiest places ever. Like, this is what you wanna do in China. This is the experience that you wanna have when you come to China. Oh my God, I just saw cake. That's not very good because I wanna eat it now. And we're having tea, afternoon tea with the girls in like half an hour. And also we just had lunch. So this is what you see when you come in. There's this lounge area and my cake is right there. It is very big. And here is my bed. Vibey music playing in the background. And yeah, oh my God, the place is so beautiful. There's a new YouTube video uploading. And here is the bathroom. And I can promise you I will be in this bathtub very soon. I love bathtubs. Just give me a bathtub, I'm gonna be in it. Yeah, no, absolutely beautiful. Okay, let me get ready for our afternoon tea now. I also realized that I never end up telling you that getting ticket was quite interesting. So basically I got my ticket, I pre-booked my ticket for Shaoxing on trip.com, and it was very easy, very fast. You do need your passport as a foreigner. And then you do get like a confirmation, you do get an email, but you don't get any like QR code, or you don't get like an actual ticket, which I thought was quite like interesting. So I was a bit like nervous because that's not how I remember it working like back in my days when I used to come and shop to China. Anyways, but you didn't actually need a ticket. All you had to do was to just show your passport. Well, they scan your passport at the train station and you just get in. And no ticket needed. To be fair, guys, like after traveling a couple of other more challenging countries this year, China just seems so easy. And yes, partly it is because I've been here, so I'm more familiar with the whole environment, but China is just easy. I think it is easy to travel as a foreigner. I just think that China might seem overwhelming if you're not familiar with it, but I can guarantee you that if you just come here as a tourist to travel, you take a train once, you move around for a couple of days, and you will feel very comfortable. Because another thing is that people are also very nice here, and they are quite kind and helpful, and when they see a foreigner like being confused, they're quite used to foreigners being confused, I guess. So they're always like really like willing to help. Oh my God, I didn't even look at not as that. There are mountains here. Wow, it's so pretty. No, this is like only in China. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is where we're gonna have our afternoon tea, and look at that view. So if you have seen my last vlog from Shanghai, you have already met my friend Phoebe. Phoebe is also an awesome Instagram creator. Her videos are basically goals, and she's also the expert when it comes to luxury hotels in China. So she invited me to come on this trip, which was very lucky for me, as you can see, because this place was basically next level. I honestly didn't even expect it to be that good, and I cannot imagine a better way to start off my stay in China after 5 years of not being back. So we're having afternoon tea, and this is our setup. Look how beautiful it is. I love them posing. You can see you're hanging out with an Instagrammer. I want to film my reaction tasting a durian cake.
Eating the plum. This is a plum, right?
How is that a plum? It doesn't look like a plum. Look at this. Does it look Oh, it's soft. I didn't. So do you eat the whole thing?
It has a seed.
Oh yeah, but you eat
bayberry. It's called
'cause
bayberry.
Ah, that makes more
Bayberry.
sense.
Bayberry. Yeah.
I really like the salted bayberry.
This is so crazy. I was just saying that it's so funny how in
Actually,
China.
Solid
Really
and
it's really good.
in California.
Really?
That's what it says on.
But it makes
Bayberry.
sense. There are
I think
also
that's
so
fine.
many Chinese people living there, and also like
Chinese
California
bayberry
has everything.
Yeah. It's a very tropical fruit.
Okay, let's do the durian cake. It tastes good at first, but then it has an aftertaste.
Yeah.
And I don't love the aftertaste. It's not, yeah, I also don't hate it, but you know, Oreo. So we're getting a tour of this property and it's so pretty. This is the lobby. And apparently this whole building is original, like traditional Chinese house, a big house, a big mansion. And it was basically moved to here and obviously renovated, turned into a hotel. But it is all original. This whole part is completely original.
This whole building.
This whole
mansion.
building,
Yeah, mansion,
okay.
Yeah. Whatever you call that.
So what's interesting about it is obviously that you don't get places like that everywhere in China, especially if you are staying in one of the big cities. I mean, Shanghai is very different vibe to this. Just casually standing here. It took them 10 years to build this hotel, or like, you know, move parts of the old buildings and reconstruct everything. And obviously, like when you think about it, 10 years is a long time, but at the same time, not really. I think it was like a very difficult project. So I can imagine if it took 10 years in China, how long would it take in Europe? It would take us like 60 years at least. Can you see your skills?
This is so difficult. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this.
All these trees you see here are actually cherry trees. So during cherry blossom season, this is a popular place to come to take your cherry blossom pics, and I mean obviously also enjoying cherry blossom in general. Like this whole place is so green, and there is a hiking trail. Apparently if you just follow this path you can go up in the mountains. So this is just such a different experience to my usual China experience. You know, obviously I've spent majority of my time in China in Shanghai, and if not in Shanghai, in other big cities. So this is like a very different side of China for me, for sure.